What's up, Trailside Dukers? This is Tony Perka here with, well, who are you? Corey.
The D-man.
Well, you know how my phone calls you? My phone says Corey D. Leonard.
Don't you have me in my last name in there twice?
Yes.
I'm Corey D. Leonard.
Yes. Yeah, I got you in there twice.
Who does that? Should we start the show?
Yep. So Corey,
Okay. Yes.
we should tell our listeners that we have the Steelers Browns game.
It's on right over here off camera. We're watching it.
19-18. Pittsburgh just scored.
It's a whiteout in the second half.
Yeah, it looks really cool. Big flakes.
Big time snowstorm coming down. Russell just threw a bomb. It's a game.
Yeah, Russell threw. So the play before that, it was play action, and he threw a bad pass. He had the guy wide open, but he overthrew him. And but he came right back and threw a slant pass and nailed him like right on the chest. And Russell looked great on that play.
He's throwing some bombs in the snow. This game reminds me of when our boys played in high school over at Post Falls.
Senior
and it
year.
was very much like that at the beginning of the game where
Post
it was
Falls.
just dumping.
Yes.
Big game.
Well, and here's the funny thing is pregame, well, they snow plowed the lines because you got to see the line.
Right.
But then they also snow plowed their sideline, which that was cool. But they wouldn't snow plow our sideline.
I remember that.
Yep. Coaches got a bunch. We got a bunch.
We had snow shovels
out
there.
Parents
I was out there with Larry Schwenke.
Yeah, it was a community event.
We were shoveling the sideline.
You know what?
Go ahead.
I'm just going to say you finish because I'll chime in with
I was going to say one thing about doing the sideline was, or at least on our side, was a couple plays into the second half because I believe we received the second half kickoff.
Yeah.
And we ran a little, I can't remember if it was a pass or a run, but we ran it out to the left near our sideline.
Yeah.
And the guy stayed right where we shoveled to be able to beat all the defenders.
It's awesome.
You know?
Corey, that just not a class act by Post Falls, right? Not a class act.
Well, I know.
But
I don't talk bad about the other teams.
In that situation, though, it just shows you Coeur d'Alene High School has a cool community.
Yeah,
because
totally.
You and Larry Schwenke, right?
Why is Larry out there shoveling? Like he's one of the older guys out there.
The softball field is named after him. And he's retired. He's a legend AD in the state. And he's out there shoveling with you because it's important, right? He knew you guys are smart enough to know that those kids can't stand in the snow on the sideline, terrible.
Right.
So I shoveled, coaches shoveled,
right.
Grandparents shoveled.
Yeah. And there weren't enough shovels, really. If we had more, there would have been more people helping.
Amos said Amos is smart, right? He knew the potential with the weather, and he told the coaches, throw some shovels in your vehicles when you come over to the game.
I didn't know that. I haven't heard this.
Yeah, no, I shoveled. I was soaked in sweat, and then still, coached. I was up in the box and stuff, so at least I was sheltered.
It was a big game with playoff seeding potential, right?
Yeah.
That was a big one.
One of Jack's favorite games. They threw the ball, they ran the ball, they had a good game that
it was fun.
That game, and super fun.
Yeah, that was cool. They'll always remember that one.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit. Let's stick with the NFL here. You guys had a big win against the Bears again,
dude,
right? The Pack.
The Bears. The Bears can't kick a field goal.
Nope, I guess not.
No. You
want to rub it in a little more. Go ahead.
The Sausage King of Chicago is not happy.
What did he have to say?
Do you remember that guy's name in Ferris Bueller?
No, I can't remember.
Yeah, when he went in the restaurant and he was trying to play a big shot, and he said he was the Sausage King of Chicago to get a table at some fine dining place.
You know who I am?
Yeah, it worked for Ferris. Ferris was a stud.
Yeah,
I know. So, anyways. Yeah, the Bears, Packers didn't play great. Jordan does score a touchdown at the end, but they scored with way too much time left on the clock, 3 minutes. And so the Bears march it down and
had a couple of good completions on that. Yeah,
they
drive.
had some really good completions. And I'm a Packers fan, so I'm on the edge and then the Bears line up for a field goal. Packers defense kind of held strong, so it was a long field goal, 40, maybe 45, which isn't even that long
No, not an NFL standard,
Yeah,
right?
they're making like 55 yarders pretty
Right.
consistently, which is amazing. You would be a good kicker.
You think so?
I think you should have been a kicker, dude.
It came across my mind once
If you
because
would've-
I was a soccer player in high school.
If you would have taken that time you played tennis and put it into being
Just to kick field goals?
dude,
no
you
way.
could be in the NFL right
There's
now.
no way I would have given up tennis to just kick field goals.
To be a kicker in the NFL?
Well, I wouldn't have gotten to the NFL. Our team was not. Our high school team was not that good back then,
Okay.
and I probably wouldn't have had to kick too many field goals because we were not good. This was before Amos got
Maybe
there.
you should have been the Bears kicker because they did not. Well, actually, it wasn't totally the kicker's fault because
It got blocked.
Yeah,
right? There
yep.
was a good push.
yeah, and there's been a lot of analyzation of the way that the Packers came in on the center and this and that. Whatever. If you're gonna like pre-snap, if you're on your side of the ball and you're lined up, I know they're protecting the center, which you can't like hit him right off the bat, or there's some rule like that, right? So, but the Packers did it kind of sneaky and
Yeah, you can't like
ricocheted.
push his head down or something. Or
Yeah.
something. I don't know.
But anyways, they blocked it.
It's a block.
Game
and
over.
There it is.
Packers win.
Yeah.
I
How
don't-
many wins in a row is that for the Packers?
Like
do you know?
11.
Wow.
Yeah.
11.
Yeah. It's a lot.
And you play 2 each season, so that's
Yeah.
going back at least 5 years.
It's going back.
Right?
Bears haven't beat them.
Wow.
I know. Bears have been terrible.
Well, let's talk about some of the games that are coming up for Turkey Day, Thanksgiving,
There's
right? Because
three
the
games.
Packers are going to be playing
3 games.
3 games.
People
Yep.
want you to just eat and sit in front of the TV.
Well, I don't know how this is going to go. We can give our predictions.
Are
but,
you going to sit in front of the TV and just eat and watch TV? Football?
I don't usually do that. I mean, I like watching football on Thanksgiving. I always have since I was a kid.
Because the first game's
just
on
like
at
a
like
thing.
10.
Yeah, the first game, I don't know.
Are you eating then?
No.
You throwing some turkey in there?
No, you're just kind of getting the day going, right? Like, yeah, you're getting going, helping make the dinner and all that stuff. We usually eat earlier, like 4
Are you the
or
guy that
something.
sticks his hand in the turkey?
All the time?
Is that fun?
Yeah, that's all I do. I'm sticking my hand in the turkey.
Okay.
So the first game is the Bears at the Lions. I'll give you a prediction on this one. The Bears are going to lose again, and it won't be by a blocked field goal.
Dude, the Lions are scary right now. Like
They're on fire.
Their coach does an interview and he's like, he's
He's
ready, to play.
eat the microphone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
He was a coach at Miami
Yeah.
before he went to the Lions.
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
Dan Marino played for the Dolphins.
I
Did
know.
you know that?
Well, we'll get to this in a second. I don't understand why Dan Marino. You have
Dude,
Dan Marino
I want
turned
the
around.
fans to see the name on the back.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
It's not because Miami's playing Green Bay in the nightcap for Turkey Day.
Oh, you want to make a prediction?
I
In Green Bay, by the way, right?
Dude,
is it at Green Bay or is it
it's
Miami?
it's at Green Bay
It could
and
be snowy.
and it was snowing there today. So
Okay.
this is a week ahead, right?
Dude,
While we're recording the show, but Miami's not going to win this.
can I interject with something sideways here?
Sure.
When we talk about in Green Bay and the potential for snow, I had a flashback to the Dolphins playing the Cowboys on Thanksgiving.
I remember
Day.
that game. Yes,
Yeah, it
where
was-
Leon Lett touched the ball after it was a blocked field goal, and then it was a fumble, and Miami jumped on it, and we won the game.
Dude,
It was awesome.
You know me. I grew up loving Dan Marino. So
Yeah.
I was diehard Dolphins fan. And, you know, him in that game and the way they won, it was just magical.
It was
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So listen, maybe that'll happen in Green Bay. Maybe. Maybe it won't.
I don't know. I mean, Miami's playing pretty well, but I don't think.
Maybe.
I mean, we saw what happened when they played in Kansas City the last time they were playing in cold weather. It's not going to work out well.
Well, it's hard to win in Lambeau.
I would love to be surprised.
It's hard to win in Lambeau for opposing teams.
Yeah.
So they
It
got
is.
that, you know, Packers have that going for them.
Cool atmosphere though. I can't imagine like that stadium and the community around the stadium and Thanksgiving and like
Yeah.
that's just like the mecca,
Super
right?
fun.
Like you have these areas. I mean, yeah, maybe Dallas. Dallas is always playing, right?
Could you imagine
the Giants are going to be playing at the Cowboys in the middle
I
of
would
the day?
never miss family time, you know, this and that. But if Can you imagine being at that game?
That would be cool.
You and I wandering around and getting some free,
Dude, I'd be
brats.
wearing that Merino jersey you let me wear.
Oh, see, you couldn't go with me then.
Well, I
But
mean, I gotta support my team.
no, I get it. It'd be fun to you and I to jump around.
Yeah, if we were together, we'd be okay.
Oh, we'd be
Get
fun.
some good interviews.
Dude, Green
for
Bay
the
is
show,
a
huh?
fun city. So sometime, maybe not.
Let's do it.
Maybe not this show, but remind me, and let's talk about when Jack was in 8th grade and we went to a December
Seahawks.
game. Nope, they were playing
was it?
Houston.
Oh,
And
sorry.
I took Jack when he was younger to the Seattle to see the famous Packers game where
The Fail Mary.
yeah, because they had the substitute refs and
Right.
stuff.
Yes.
So that'd be fun to talk about. Maybe we just did. But anyways,
We'll bring it up
so
again.
I'll make a prediction of that game.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Packers 24, Dolphins 17.
Yeah. I'd say Miami 13, Green Bay 24. Yeah.
You're going with the Packers.
Yeah.
Dude, see, this is what I don't like about you.
Yeah, just don't get all Mariners on me.
No, what are you doing right now? You're a Dolphins fan and you're picking the Packers.
Being logical. Like this, I don't see us winning this game.
Spock. Spock, sometimes you
This
have
is
to
called
let
being a good analyst.
Spock, sometimes you have to have the heart of your passionate, you're passionate
I
about your
understand.
team.
I understand.
Maybe you're
It's
not
a
that
mindset.
passionate.
I'm realistic, is what I am.
Okay, well I don't
How
understand.
about
that
this one? Let's call this one Giants at the Cowboys without both starting quarterbacks. Well, I should say without the quarterbacks that started for them this year. Giants at the Cowboys in the middle of the day after the Lions slaughter the Bears.
That's when I am going to take a nap because I've eaten so much. I'll play some ping pong or pool, hang out with family.
Might not be a game you watch.
Dude, I'm not paying attention to that
Do
game
you
at
have
all.
it like on in the background?
Although
just because?
Here's one thing I do like about that game is the backup quarterback for the Giants is now the starter, and I can't think of his
DeVito?
name. DeVito. And I watched a game with him playing last year, and the kid's got heart, and
Yeah.
he's got that underdog mentality, and he makes good plays, and so
It could be a little interesting.
go DeVito.
Yeah.
I hope he just kicks
And the Cowboys-
Dallas's butt.
Looked a little bit better in their last game. I mean, Cooper Rush was finding some throws, but
You think
I don't
Jerry
know.
is like giving,
I don't know who's going to win.
You think Jerry's getting them like new spleens and like
Well, we did talk about
rejuvenated
this.
blood, right? Because Jerry's got like all. We talked about this in the,
Yeah,
the last
yeah.
show.
You think his average age, organ-wise, is like 29?
Yes, no, he's an organ stealer. He's like, maybe he's doing that with his players and getting them really good. I don't know.
Well, I don't. Prediction for the Giants at the Cowboys. I'm thinking, Giants running game's okay, and if DeVito can find his targets, I think they win 17-13.
Go DeVito. Don't really care about the game.
Okay. Well, one of the things that's come up, we had somebody text us at the hotline.
Oh yeah.
And they were talking about our background here. If you're on the YouTube channel, you guys can see in the Trailside Duke studio, we have these cards that Tony has put up.
Oh yeah.
These football, basketball, all sorts of sports
Stuff,
cards.
Corey. Fun.
And so they were asked. We always get asked too, like when we're interviewing people. They're like, "Hey, what's in the background there? That's kind of cool. You got a bunch of cards up there." So we thought it would be cool.
I think Craig Lilliquist gave us that one.
And then also when we interviewed Montana Sports,
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, he mentioned it as well. And I think
Yep.
even Rick Lukens did.
Daniel.
Yeah, so we've had a few that have asked about it. So we thought it'd be a cool idea to grab a couple cards at random, right?
Yep.
And talk about, every once in a while we'll bring these cards down and talk about them. There's a story behind every card, as if you ever
What'd you
collected
grab there,
as a
Corey?
kid.
What are you rubbing?
We got a good old Jake Plummer card here. This is an MVP
Sweet.
Jake Plummer card, and then you have another one here
Oh, yeah.
that's signed by him.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
Arizona State. That's where he played.
Yep.
Sun Devil.
Yep. Both of these cards are signed.
You got a story behind getting them signed, or did you
I
buy
do,
them
Corey.
that way?
You want to hear it?
Sure.
Okay. So When I was coaching for Coeur d'Alene Vikings, every spring there's like a Hall of Fame banquet thing.
Okay.
And they invite coaches and all this stuff. And, teams get elected like best female team of the
Oh yes,
year,
yeah, yeah. The
best
sport awards.
female athlete, best male athlete, best team, all that. And it's a big deal. You know
Yeah,
what I
it
mean?
is. People
I,
get dressed up and all that stuff.
dude,
Families go.
dude, Rick Rasmussen is one of the major, like, guys that keeps that thing going.
Yeah.
And it's such a cool thing to have, North Idaho's teams recognize coaches, players at a big banquet thing, and they have a keynote speaker.
Do you think it's weird that I'm never invited?
Yes. And
Thank you. I do too.
And so a lot of the
tappy
coaches, oh my tappy tap.
Yeah.
So a lot of the coaches, get invited, have a table, but it's, sometimes for coaches and springtime and they've got kids and coaches, sometimes they just can't commit to a
Right.
Saturday evening, and they give up so much from their families during the football season that when it's not football season, it's hard to give up a night, whatever, right?
Sure.
But my wife doesn't really want me around. So
She says go.
When Amos said,
Get
hey,
outta here.
and I said, yeah, I'll go. So, dude, Jake Plummer's the keynote speaker.
Awesome.
He's signing autographs, talking to people. So I met him, shook his hand, I told him that I had a few cards. And what's funny is I brought a Sharpie, you know what I mean, to like, because I just wanted to be prepared and like,
Just
hand him
in
a Sharpie,
case.
sign. And he's like, this isn't my first rodeo. And he pulled out his own Sharpie.
He had his own.
Yeah. So yeah, he
didn't
signed
want yours.
cards. I've got a sign up. I have a sign up where I printed out this little poster thing.
Yeah.
And I told him about Jack, who was like he was like 8 or 9 at that age.
Yeah.
It said, "Hey man, I got this kid. He's real into being a quarterback and stuff." And so he wrote to Jack, "Shoot for the moon." You know what I
Nice.
mean? Jake Plummer.
Yeah, cool.
Super cool. So yeah, Jake. I thought Jake was a really cool guy. He's a very inspirational dude. Grew up in Idaho. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you kind of know the family too, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. I played tennis and a lot of pickleball with his brother.
Okay.
And growing up, I guess I've heard that his brother was his brother's name's Eric, but I heard that Eric was actually a better quarterback than he was when they were in high school. But Eric got injured, so he wasn't able to make it as far as Jake did. So it
Takes a lot of luck.
pretty interesting. But
Dude, takes a lot of luck.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, awesome family. I've seen him out. When I was a pro out at Black Rock, I'd see those guys out there ready to hit the course, and I'd talk to them a couple times before they'd go to the next tee box or whatever. So yeah,
I've heard
kind of cool.
He write sports for Sandpoint area and stuff.
He was he did the sports section for the the Bonner press.
Yeah, we should
up
get him
there.
on the show.
Yeah, well, yeah, I could.
Got his number?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I do actually.
All right, we'll get him on the show.
Yeah, that's a good one.
for sure. Write
So-
that down.
Let's. I will.
Okay.
So you want to talk a little high school football? Kind of recap what happened.
Yep.
last
I'm
week?
not going to spend a ton of time on
Sure.
this. 'Cause,
Yeah, we could go real quick.
Yep. It's not fun, right? Like Coeur d'Alene loses in the semifinal to Eagle, and
we knew that'd be a tough one.
tough every semifinal game.
Yes.
So, coaches prepare the kids go in, and for whatever it is, you know what I mean? The pendulum can swing, and penalties, how you respond, this and that, and they lost. And one of our buddies, Chad Murray, which Ben Murray got district league like all-star as a sophomore
Oh,
linebacker.
how awesome is that?
Pretty
Congrats.
cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
job.
I did not know that.
Nice
actually.
work, Ben Murray. Yeah, it was in the paper the
That's,
other day.
that's cool.
Yeah, super cool. A lot of Coeur d'Alene kids. You know what I mean? A lot
Yeah.
of Coeur d'Alene kids in there, as they should. It's a 3-team league, which whatever, and Coeur d'Alene dominated.
Yep.
So, although Lake City, gave them a good game. Post Falls is a good team. They made the playoffs.
Yeah.
The North has great football. Great football. But yeah, Coeur d'Alene lost, and it sucks. And I'm not going to talk a ton about the Saints game. they lost to Tech and are out of the playoffs, and it freaking hurts. You know what I mean? Like, it was a sad, hug it out after the game session, and it's the kids' last game, and I better stop talking right now, Corey.
Yeah, it's always tough when it comes to the end of the season, and then even the end of the road, which we can talk about later on. I think that'd be a good topic to cover. So I've been there myself.
We all have. Yeah, it's part of life.
Yep, it is.
And
that's what I think makes it more special.
One of the dads, super smart guy. I have a ton of respect for him.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Talk about this.
Dax's dad, Dax Graham's dad, great guy. He said to me, like, Tony, you don't get to pick your last game. When you play higher level sports and stuff like that, and you play in a good league, it's always a battle. And they won the conference Jack's sophomore year, which is so awesome. You know what I mean? It's hard to win a championship in a tough league.
Yeah.
So hats off to the Saints. Yeah. Superstar kids.
Hats
superstar
off to the Vikes too.
Hats off to the Vikes for sure. And those
at all
coaches.
Those levels.
For sure. You know what I mean? And it's a hard pill to swallow, just like when we lost the 2019 state championship to Rigby.
Double OT.
Oh, yeah. No, we don't like Rigby. I'm not going to use the H word, but we don't like Rigby. They're playing in the state final against Eagle.
Oh.
So I know.
Gosh.
It's hard to cheer for Eagle right now, but I can't cheer for Rigby. So whatever.
Go Eagle Mustangs.
We'll see. But anyways, here's to the 2024 seasons of those two teams.
Yep.
Giddy up.
Oh, we got a cheers here. Let's do it. All right. All right. Well, I think that's good to get that out, but you're probably still mad, so maybe we should go into I'm mad.
Let's do it.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
All right, so we did have somebody else write in. We're hot with people emailing us for the I'm Mad segment. Who wrote into us this week?
You know what's funny, Corey, is I'm going to read off the email today, and I wrote it. I took notes on it, but this is the first time you've let me, read off one of the emails.
I do. I'm sorry that I don't ever really do that.
We've done a lot of shows together, and
I'm so sorry.
You've been very selfish.
I have. I'm sorry about that.
Actually, it's funny because I never thought twice about it.
Well, I didn't know you could read.
Okay. So listen. Sorry, Spidey. Settle down. Okay. So, email today. So, Trailside Dukes, fellas. Who is it's this? Aaron Rodgers.
No, he wrote us like 4 weeks ago.
No,
he's emailing again.
Dude, he's a big fan of the show.
He's a repeat offender.
No, but dude, we want people to email us.
Well, okay.
Yeah. No.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead. I'll let you read.
Dude, Nick's emailed us, so a couple
many times, way more than Aaron Rodgers.
So you're, you putting them in the same boat?
Pretty much.
Okay. So here he is. Trailside Dukes, fellas, I am mad. The word on the street is I am gone after this year. What if I do? Favre left the Jets, went to the Vikings and went to an NFC championship game. So what the heck? Stop bad-mouthing me. I am Aaron Rodgers, baby.
What?
Shout out to my private jet pilot who lives in Helena, Montana.
Oh.
That's a cool story, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's finish the email.
That's it.
About it.
That's what he said.
Shout out to the airline pilot.
Yeah, he said, "Stop bad-mouthing me, everybody. I'm Aaron Rodgers, baby." And he said, "Shout out to my private pilot in Helena, Montana."
Wow. Okay.
Thanks, Aaron.
He sounds mad,
dude.
Everybody, stop.
Well, you know what I mean. Like, you can be mad about your situation, but there's always opportunity somewhere. Like, it worked out for Brett Favre. He went to, what was that team in the Midwest? He went somewhere.
The Vikings. Do you think
is that a team in the NFL?
I think so.
Oh, are they any good this year?
They are. They're really good.
They are?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They only have like 2 losses.
Who's their quarterback?
Sammy. Huh. Sammy D. But do you think your boy Aaron Rodgers will become a Viking next year?
Dude, you never know with the Vikings. Like, they do they have a merry-go-round of quarterbacks. Like, their last good quarterback was what's his name?
Brett Favre?
Fran Tarkington.
That was before I was born.
Right. I think Fran was their last best quarterback.
Wow.
I know.
Not like Randall Cunningham or anything?
Well, Randall was pretty good.
Yeah.
but not really with the Vikings. He was with the Eagles.
Wasn't Warren Moon on there too?
Yeah, but his days were in Houston. Actually, his days were at the Edmonton Eskimos because he won 5 Grey Cups.
Okay, wow. I
Which,
didn't
by
know
the
that.
way, we
Wow.
didn't talk about the Grey Cup.
Oh, we're gonna talk about it.
Okay, well, there's not much to say. It was in Vancouver. Toronto won with a backup quarterback. They had a streaker, a woman run naked
Yes!
out on the field.
Best part of the game.
Did you see it?
No, but
Okay.
we've talked about streakers before. We've done 2 shows on streaking.
Yeah, we had some episodes on
Maybe
streakers.
she's a Dukes fan, and she was like, "I got to make it happen."
Maybe we should get her on the
There's
show.
different ways to get on the show, ma'am.
I don't think Jess would approve. Okay.
So, what are you mad about this week?
Dude, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm mad.
Okay, tell us.
You know what? As a vice principal, sometimes you have good days, and every now and then you have one. Like, most of my days are really good. We have a great staff, good kids, but they're kids. And, today there was excitement. Thanksgiving break's coming up. A lot of those kids don't have to come to school on Fridays with the way that our
Oh,
program
yeah.
works.
Okay, so today was the day.
So I just had a lot of kids make bad choices, and for the vice principal, it was busy.
It was a tough day for you in
busy
the
day.
office.
Yep. So I'm glad to blow off some steam with you.
Okay.
So
well, that's what
I'm
we're
mad.
here
See, my I'm mad is more therapeutic, Corey. So
for. Sure.
you listeners out there, if you get really mad, start a podcast. It's therapeutic. Don't you think? Isn't this therapeutic?
It can
Isn't this
be. Yeah,
therapeutic for you?
it's a good outlet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let it out.
I'm kind of opposite. I mean, I feel like our roles have changed this week. You get to read the emails, you get to be mad, and I'm not really upset about much. I mean, I could come up with one. It's not as upsetting as yours, but maybe it just shows that I'm
mad.
getting old and I have like little things that upset me.
Corey, we're all getting old.
So here in town, we have the neighborhood leaf and pine needle cleanup, right? With the city. The city comes by and you're supposed to put it out near your.
We have some.
Yeah, everybody in our neighborhood.
We have a
does
lot of
around here.
needles and
Leaves and all
leaves.
sorts of
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, so you put them out by the curb.
yep.
So everybody does this. But this is also the time of the year where things are starting to pick up with like UPS and FedEx trucks and all that stuff.
You buying stuff on Amazon?
Well, everybody does, right? And so when these trucks
don't.
come up,
I don't.
they
buy
get
anything.
really close to the piles. Sometimes
I couldn't tell you the last
somebody
time I
may
bought
even
something
run
on
over
Amazon.
them, and but it's not really the trucks I'm upset with, right? Like they've got a lot going on, and they can't watch out for all the piles probably. But
They don't give it.
it's the neighborhood kids. The neighborhood kids in their
Tromping through
car where they like ride their bike through
Oh, you're
it.
not talking about little. Oh, you are talking about.
Well, somebody they can ride their bike through it, or the high schoolers will whip a Yui and then just plow through it and then keep going. And it's like,
dude,
dude,
Cleveland scored.
okay, so right in the middle of I'm mad.
Sorry.
And so, they're just hitting my piles, and I try to keep it nice and not spread out all over the place because I want to make sure my stuff gets picked up when the time comes.
Yeah, it
And
makes
it's
it
like,
messy.
come on, guys.
You want nice piles.
I want a nice pile
You
out in
want
front
nice
of the
piles,
house.
not one that kids have ran through and the UPS guys
No
rode
messy.
through. That messes it all up. You wanted a nice pile.
No touchy, no messy.
I
I
understand.
don't want it.
Dude, you are, slightly anal with wanting your pile a certain way.
Yes,
I
Exactly.
get it. No, I understand.
thank you. Yeah, I feel better.
I
Thank you.
I remember Jack's neighborhood kids when he was like that age. They did the same thing to mine.
Yeah, I could understand as a kid how fun it is playing through the leaves and
Little
stuff like that.
monsters,
And that's cool. But
Dude, what if
maybe-
you run out there with the pitchfork? Run out there, scare
Well,
them.
I mean, that would be
Scare them,
maybe I just run out there with a rake instead of a pitchfork.
kids.
Don't make me spare you with this pitchfork.
Dude, run out there. Go put on one of your Halloween costumes on and just run out there.
Rah.
Don't you have a Jason mask or something?
I don't think
That
I
would,
do.
dude.
Yeah,
if you
right,
ran
I
out
could
there
do
with a
it.
Jason mask,
Just stand there by the pile.
dude, they're not coming back to your pile.
Well, hey, we appreciate you guys joining us and spending some time with us. If you enjoy what you're listening to, please share it with your friends and family. Definitely like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. if you want any merch, make sure you check out our website with the shop. And,
Do we have any action figures?
we don't have an action
Dude,
figure
we
yet.
should get a
No.
Corey and Tony action figure.
We should.
Dude, people would
That'd be
buy
kind of
action.
cool, like these guys right here.
Yes, people would buy action figures of us.
Maybe. Yeah.
I know Jess would.
Well, make sure you check out the description. The links are in there for the shop, and you can go in there and grab any kind of merch that you want. Hats, candles, bikinis.
Why do you always throw the bikinis in there?
Because I just really want to sell a bunch of bikinis. It's Trailside Duke bikinis.
I know. I've heard
there's
you,
like 22 different colors to choose
dude.
from.
I've heard you plug it a lot.
Women like that stuff.
I guess.
I guess we have T-shirts and hats too.
Jeez.
So,
Okay.
all right. Well, with that, make sure you
Keep your stick on the ice, baby.
like it.
Yeah, why not?
All
I like
right.
it.